Today, we delve into the fascinating realm of memory, a profound force shaping human life. Memory influences how we perceive the world, informs our actions, and defines who we are. It is both a remarkable asset and, at times, a heavy limitation. Guided by the wisdom of Jiddu Krishnamurti, we'll explore memory from both a philosophical and psychological perspective. Together, we'll uncover its dual nature, as a tool and a trap, and, most importantly, how we can reshape our relationship with memory to live more freely and authentically. Memory is the mind's ability to retain and recall experiences, information, and emotions. It forms the foundation of learning, communication, and even survival. There are various types of memory. Explicit memory, which allows us to consciously recall facts and events. Implicit memory, an unconscious influence on our actions, such as muscle memory. Episodic memory, tied to specific life events. Semantic memory, which holds general knowledge about the world. Each type of memory plays a unique role, from cherishing a childhood moment to mastering a skill. The role of memory in our lives. Practically speaking, memory is essential. It enables us to learn, solve problems, and preserve culture and traditions. It serves as a database of experiences to guide our decisions. But memory does more than just help us function. It shapes our identity. We often define ourselves by the stories our memories construct, a narrative of past achievements, failures, joys, and sorrows. However, as Krishnamurti points out, there's a crucial difference between memory as a practical tool and memory as a psychological anchor that ties us to the past. Krishnamurti's perspective on memory. Krishnamurti acknowledges memory's practical uses but critiques its dominance over our emotional and psychological lives. He emphasizes how memory can condition us, create fear, and distort reality. Memory and conditioning. Painful memories often leave emotional residues that color our present actions and biases. For instance, a betrayal may lead us to mistrust others, even when there's no real reason. Living in the past, clinging to memory keeps us trapped in the past, limiting our ability to fully engage with the present. When we live in the shadow of memory, we lose the freedom to see life as it truly is. Finding freedom from memory. Krishnamurti doesn't suggest erasing memory but instead asks us to change how we relate to it. Awareness of memory's role. Recognize when memory is helpful, such as when learning, and when it becomes harmful, like when reliving old grievances. Living in the present. Approach each moment without the baggage of past memories. As Krishnamurti says, freedom from the past is the essence of freedom. Observing thoughts. Notice how memories influence your thoughts and emotions. This mindfulness weakens their control over you. Letting go of attachments, clinging to memory, whether good or bad, creates conflict. Letting go brings peace and clarity. Memory in relationships. In relationships, memory can be both a burden and a barrier. Past grievances often seep into present interactions, preventing genuine connection. Krishnamurti urges us to meet others anew in every moment, free from the interference of memory. Practical steps to work with memory. How can we reshape our relationship with memory? Krishnamurti offers these practical insights. Self-observation. Ask yourself, am I responding to the present or reacting based on the past? Mindfulness practices. Use meditation or mindful breathing to anchor yourself in the moment. Non-attachment to identity. Recognize that identity isn't fixed by memory. Embrace its fluid and evolving nature. Memory is a powerful tool, but it must remain just that, a tool. When memory dictates our perceptions and actions, it limits us. By understanding its role and observing its influence, we can live with greater clarity and freedom. Krishnamurti invites us to explore this freedom, a space where memory serves us without binding us. In this state, life becomes an ever-new adventure, full of harmony,